Hello, everybody out there. I want to welcome you to my shop. It's 5 feet long, 2.5 feet wide. I threw a tarp over it, and then I threw a towel on top of that tarp. And that's my shop right here, right here. Now, this is my TS Prof Cadet knife sharpening system. And what I'd like to do today is take this knife, which I have determined is going to need 150 grit, meaning 150 grit right here. And then it's got to go to 200 grit. Then it's got to go to 400 grit. Then it's got to go to 600 grit. And then 1,000 grit. And it should be taken care of. All right. What we're going to do today is set it up and everything. Everything. We're gonna set it up, we're gonna install it, we're gonna find the angles at which to cut it at, we're gonna talk about compensation, we're gonna talk about flipping it, we're gonna talk about locking it, we're gonna talk about everything. This video is gonna be over an hour long. So I ask you to sit back, kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, all I'm doing is locking these in. Now the knife, when I install it, I take my Allen key, not the one that came with it. The one that came with it is in a backpack. It's all packed up in here. I'll explain that later. All I do now to line it up, I use my eyes as number 1, the apex is number 2, and this little line I have down here is number 3. I line it up with that line right there. So 1, 2, and 3. And yes, I know that you can line it up with that line right there. Look. Right there. All right. Oh, you like my sled? That's the base that this cadet is riding on. All right. No lateral movement. No lateral movement. I'm looking for a lateral movement just to make sure that's tight. All right. And this is my sled I was talking about. It's nothing more than a piece of wood. You can imagine me, I traced it out real carefully. And then I had to take a router and yeah, it was quite something. And then I had to take 2 passes in order to get the depth. And then I went to a powered miter saw, and I cut the 45-degree angles, and then that's it. It just, because look, if I don't have this, I can't slide it on my towel. I have to pick it up every time I move it because of the rubber feet on it. It just doesn't slide on my towel. But here it does. All right, that's enough on my sled. All right, now I said we're gonna go down to 150 grit. I got 150 grit here. All right. Now why don't we try this? Now this 150 grit, that's not enough weight, is, well, hold on. First, what we have to do is we have to find our angle in which to cut this at. So that's this angle here. Here. I gotta find the right angle. Now what I do is magic marker, and then the cube I will show you. All right. My eyeglasses, I can't see a damn thing without them. All right, 5 minutes in. All right, take the magic marker right on the apex. This guy is your friend. Use him. It's how I determine the exact angle on which these knives are at. In other words, what this is doing is showing me exactly where the knife is at. As far as, see, I can tell already, I need more. I need a little bit more. Ooh, that is a nice one. All right, I found it. That was that fast. I found it. Now let's find out. Now all I did was determine the apex with the magic marker. This is all I did. I covered the apex with magic marker, and then I simply lightly went up and down and up and down and up and down until I noticed this stone took the magic marker off nice and clean down to the tip and up to the line. Up. God damn it. Up to that line, the apex, just where my finger is covering, just right there. All right, now we have our line. We can go. We can start filing. Now, I don't understand why some guys go through this step, because I don't understand why you need it, but we're gonna do it. All right. I put it on the stick. See, it goes up and down. See, that's a stick. I zero it out. 0. All right. Now I take my stick out of the way. And it's, 17 degrees exactly. 17 degrees. Now it's 17.4. Okay, I mean, if I go here, 17, 1710, 1730. All right, so 17, I'm saying 17. All right, now, this 17 degrees, we don't want to forget, because if we think that this handle has moved in any way, shape, or form, we know we need 17 degrees, all right? As long as we put the handle back right exactly where we have it here on the clamps, we'll make it, all right? Now the first thing, so that's it. We have set our angle, we checked our angle with the cube. Now let's get started. All right. Now the first thing you want to do is make sure that when you go up, that your stone isn't going to hit your clamp. So every time you do this, you just peek and you look, okay, I got room. Sometimes you're going to be so close and you have to determine, are you going to wear the metal down enough that you're going to hit the clamps like 3/4 the way through? You don't want to do that. So leave enough room, okay? All right. Now let's file this thing away. All right, now this is 150 grit. You hear it? This is 150. I want you to listen to it. That's coarse, right? Now listen to the 1000 grit. I want you to hear this. That's a 1000 grit. The 150. I'm not putting any pressure on it. All right, then the 1000. I mean, you just hear the difference, okay? And every one of them stones just gets quieter and quieter and quieter. All right. Now we're gonna go on, which now with the 150, this 150 is your workhorse. It's your jaw, it's your stone that makes all of the other stones do their job in a way that's smart, in a way that's smart. The 150 creates, I don't know, it's your workhorse, and it gets everything ready. Don't leave a line in here, in other words. What you're looking for is right here on this apex. You don't want any line, scratch, dent, or divot. Nothing. You want, and I can see it, I have a divot here. So I gotta get that out. All right. All right. I just love the sound. All right. Oh, we gotta talk about one thing, compensating. I don't compensate. All my stones, I assume, are the same thickness, so I don't compensate. And I've never, ever had an issue with my stones. Not my knives not coming out crystal clean. Knife cutting, hair splitting, crystal clean edges. So I don't compensate because all of these are the same. Now, if I had an extra stone, like the beast, that's here, it's like a 50 grit. Now that stone is a lot thicker than this one. So you do have to compensate. Or let's say you strop at the end of this, and you would have to compensate. And compensating is nothing more. I think you have to do it now and compensate. All right. Now, see, this whole thing pops up. All right. Now I put it back into the bag. I slide it down until it's right there on that collar. I take it off. I screw it tight. There, we're compensated, okay? Now it takes 5 seconds on each stone, so just do it. Just take a compensator, boop, oh no, that stone's good. And then I go to this stone. When I get to it, I gotta compensate. Ooh, this stone has to go up. I raise it up. And then the strop, you'll definitely see you have to compensate for it. You gotta lift it up higher and raise it down. And the reason you do that is so that the angle doesn't change on you. All right. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ooh. See me? All right. Now I'm gonna tighten this screw, and you're thinking, well, why do you gotta tighten the screw? It's already down. You gotta tighten it because this acts as a fulcrum. I push down here, that's the fulcrum, that's gonna spring up. So make sure it's tight. All right, I'm just looking to see this divot is gone. See, I constantly pick this unit up and play with it in the light. All right, smooth. think what I want to do is hit the tip one more time. Oh, the tip. Let's talk about the tip. You don't want to roll over that tip. No rolling over the tip, and don't roll over the tip. You want to go about halfway on the rod over the tip. All right. You're going to be tempted to get up there and really work it right to the end, but you're taking a chance and rolling it. So I just go halfway. Look at the strokes I'm doing. I try to get these stones ready for the next stone. In other words, all right, I'm done with the 150. I got all my dings, nicks, scratches. They're all out. It's nice. It's clean. It's clean as far as 150 is concerned. If you look at it, well, I don't know. It's still like jagged. It's not. It's kind of smooth for the 150. It's smooth. It's clean. No dents, no divots, no scratches. All right. Now I go on to 220. Now the 150 and the 220, you don't go on until they're all gone, all those dings, nicks, and scratches, because you're simply asking this 220 to take care of the dings, nicks, and scratches that it has no business trying to be on. What this stone is meant for is to smooth out the rough spots, smooth them out. And it does it. It does it quite nicely. All right. Now, let's talk about the burr. The burr. Yeah, the burr. The burr is nothing more than right here. Okay. It's the bottom side of the blade. All right. So my burr is going to be right here. All right. Now, let's feel it. Feel it? What do you mean, feel it? No, not yet. So what I'm looking for is this metal on the knife's edge to start rolling down, because I'm filing it. You should see the dust that's falling off of the system down to the towel. It's a lot. And that's the knife's edge filing off, being filed off. All right. Oh, there we go. We got it there. Don't have it right there. All right, it's normal. What I do is I don't go on until the burr is constant, consistent. And see, I put it down right away. All right, good. Now let's flip it. I can see the burr now. I can see it in the mirror, in the light. See, you gotta have proper lighting. Obviously, if I turn this off, let's turn this one off. Aha. All right, see, that's not good light. Proper lighting is like this. You know, as far as I'm concerned. All right. Proper lighting, without it, it really, you're fighting the system. I even have a flashlight when I go on the road. when I go on the road, I take my backpack, I knock on doors. Hi, I'm JJ. I'm a knife sharpener here in town. I'm spreading the word that I'm a knife sharpener. I leave them a magnet, my name, I'm a knife sharpener, and my phone number. And thank you very much. And I have my backpack just in case they say, well, can you possibly do it now? Sure I can. Sure I can. Yeah. And that's this cadet system all folds up, and I wrap it in a towel and I stick it in there. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty, and my strop fits in there. My stones fit in there. My things fit in there. Everything. My first aid kit fits in there. It all. You see the dust falling off this? That's so cool. I just love this cadet and what it does and all the, I just love it. Yeah, there's the burr. Here's, I can see it. Wow. All right. So it's important that you file down till you reach the burr. At least on the 120 and the 240 grit. They're gonna burr. All right. The higher grits, I don't know if the 400 might. Now, let's talk about how long this is going to take me. I told you to sit back, relax, get a cup of coffee or something and enjoy because, oh, by the way, we moved on to 400 grit, but this is going to take about 45 minutes from start to finish. And I wish I had a little 10-minute timer, because if I did, it'd be really cool to set a 10-minute timer every time I switch stones. And then I know, okay, I've been on here for about 10 minutes. I can switch stones. And that would be enough, unless your knife's edge is really messed up. But 10 minutes per stone, that's 50 minutes. And then if you strop, that's an extra 10 minutes. So you're looking at an hour per stone. I don't care what they say, an hour per stone. It just makes it easy too. If you show up at someone's house and they have 10 knives, you're gonna be there all day. And it's something you can tell the people. Alright. Hold on. See what I carry? I carry a flashlight. Because if I'm in a dim house, that's alright. I have a flashlight. And it works. And and I have tape just in case the people want it taped. I can tape it. All right, tape the back. I tape the back. I start here and I flip over the back side so I have a nice even, and then I put it into the clamp. Some people just insist on having it taped, so no problem. I have tape. And those are people that usually have a fine finish on the knife's edge and they want it pristine. Speaking of pristine, that's the word we're going to use here. because we're looking for a pristine edge on this knife. Now this knife had divots, dings, scratches, nicks when we started. We're at the 400 grit now. It's been 25 minutes. Now, I gotta admit, I kind of rushed through the 150 a little fast and the 200 because I felt that the stone, the knife's edge, other than those scratches, dings, and dents, but the knife's edge was in good condition. All right. So see, this is the 400, and I go with the stroke. I go with the pattern of the knife's edge. I just go back and forth because the reason I do that, especially now, is you're gonna start to see lines. If you start going like this on these on the stone, you're gonna start seeing lines everywhere you stopped and started. So I just try to smooth out those lines, smooth out my own. Those lines are for me and the way I cut it. All right. And by the way, these clamps are doing their job. They're hanging on that little knife edge. I don't know if you can see where I have it. Right there, they're hanging on to it. And they're doing just the job they're supposed to do, hanging on. Man, I mean, just look at the clamp. That's awesome. And I didn't get into setting up the cadet because I figured we got so much time here sharpening these knives. So go to another video on YouTube and you'll see it, how to set up the knives. All right. Now this 400, its job right now, what I'm working on, it sits right here in the middle. Its job is, these stones are coarse. These two right here in the front, they're coarse. And what I mean by coarse is when I start biting in, they're like, rawr, rawr, rawr. Especially the 150. It's coarse and you feel it. All right. And the 220 is coarse. You feel it. Coarse. Now let's go to the 600 and 1000. Now you put pressure on them and they're not making any noise because they're polishing the steel. They're polishing the edge. And they're gonna create a mirror finish. So that's the job of the stone that I'm on right now. It's to marry the coarse with the fine. I hate to say it, but you know, that's what it is. All right, so I keep just going over here like that. See, I don't know if you can tell how often I move my cadet. That's the reason that I made the sled, because picking this thing up every time was just, you know, so I just, anyway. All right, 400's almost done. All right, 400's done. 600. Now this dust that falls off the knife's edge from filing away, again, I just rolled over the tip one time, no problem. What I mean no problem, I look right at it. You know, sometimes I go down too far and oh shit. All right. So, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, the dust. The dust can mess you up. What it will do is it can hide and fill in the divots. And what I mean is fill in. When you go like this to clean your edge, or you take a paper towel and clean your edge, or a rag or whatever, and you really clean it. If you don't hit this, the apex, really good and swipe it down, sometimes that dust just hides and fills in, and you're looking, oh, that's not bad. And this is on the 150 grit, and you're thinking, oh, I'm ready for the 200, and you start filing and filing, and then you're ready for the 400, and you're filing and filing, and then you're looking, and then all of a sudden that dust moves out of that spot. You're like, oh my God, that's a dent. I didn't see it because the dust was there. So I've been tricked by it. The dust. All right, now at the 600, I hear it cutting, I hear it polishing. I hear it cutting, I hear it polishing. I hear it cutting, I hear it polishing. All right. You hear that? Smooth, isn't it? Smooth. I'm going about halfway over the knife's edge, the point, just like we talked about. See, I do. I still get a burr. I still get a tiny, tiny little burr. Unless that was from the 400, but I don't think so. By the way, this action you see me doing, I've already discussed how I do this for, I don't want to see scratch marks. The heel of this knife's edge, when I come to a stop and go this way, come to a stop and go this way, come to a stop and go this way, you can nick this and damn it, and not damage it. You have to go over it. 1, 2, no, and you'll see it cut. The 600 just, it cuts in, and those lines disappear. You're like, holy cow. Yeah, this knife's sharp. I can feel it already. Yeah, there's a burr. Oh, look at that. It's really small, but it's a burr. When I say small, it's the size of a human hair. Even that, seriously, that might even be too thick, is a human hair. All right. Let's talk about patience real quick. Patience. Why would you talk about patience when you're sharpening a knife? Well, my father-in-law told me the other night, he said, you know the difference between a guy who knows how to sharpen a knife and then the guy who really knows how to sharpen a knife? I think he's gonna pull the wand out of his front pocket, you know? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? And he said, patience. I said, patience? Wait, you don't think I got patience? I don't understand. And yeah, he said patience. And that stuck with me the whole night. We were at a party, I came home, I went down here, came right down here, and patience, man, that stuck with me. And what I had was a meat cleaver down here, a big old fat meat cleaver. And I had to sharpen it. But I said, you know, I'd like to put a belly, a big old fat. No, it had a belly. It had a belly on the heel. Okay, this is nice straight lines to your apex. Well, that's like that. And it had a belly on it that went down to this point, a big old belly. And I wanted to change it, so I had to cut it off. You see, I had to slice it. And I told you this takes 45 minutes to do a knife. And this one, I said I want to get this meat cleaver to a razor sharp quality finish. Well, I did, but it took me 5 hours. 5 hours to take that meat cleaver to a razor sharp finish. And I'm so glad I did, because that night I learned the basics of the 150 grit. How you don't switch your stone until you're there. And what I mean is, I took the 150 grit and I would jump from 150 to 220. And what I would do, I would jump from the 150s, then go to the 200, then I'd go up to the 400, and then hell, in some cases, I even went to the 600. And I came back and I cleaned my edge, just like I told you you have to do. And I looked and I saw a line, like a flat spot. I was like, shit, I'm on 600. I expect this knife to remove a flat spot? That's not gonna remove a flat spot. 600 isn't gonna remove. I was like, man. So I went back down to 150. I was like, I gotta start over. Then what I did was I went on to 200. Then I only went up to 400 this time. And then I'm cleaning my edge, and that's when I realized the light. I got this light here. It's nothing more than, but this light really, I think it really makes a difference in the proper lighting. Now what I did was I switched my, yeah, there it is. Yeah, see, now this knife has moved out of the clamps. It slipped. All right, that's not a big deal. I simply have my magic marker. I simply ride it up a little bit. Oop, too much. All right. And I think right there is good. All right, now that number, 17 degrees, if you remember that, that's not 17 degrees anymore. No, it's like 18 or 17 or 16 or something. It's different because I moved the knife blade out. As little as it is, it's little, but it's big as far as we're concerned. Oh, come on, Mike. There's one spot I'm not getting. Oh, I just had to press it. Alright. Now this edge is smooth. It's clean, it's crisp. This is a knife's edge I could turn over to a customer right now and feel confident about it. And tell them, yep, you have a sharp knife. Just by what we just did. Alright. Alright. A couple more minutes of this and then we're done. It's 40 minutes in. Alright. Now again, I'm just going back and forth to try to mimic the lines, the strokes in which I have. All right, I'm calling this one done. Oh, no, this is 600. Oh, we got 1,000. Now you're gonna hear it. Now you're gonna hear polishing. All right, polish. Oh, listen to a polish. Just polishing. It's cutting a little. It is cutting because the diamonds, these all are diamond plates. I understand why my wife got so upset or get so excited about getting diamonds. It's fun. I ordered these in the mail. They came in the mail. These cost me $90. So I don't. They go with me everywhere. All right. This unit here, this Cadet Tasbro Cadet knife sharpening system, that cost me just over $500. So I got money invested in this. All right. Just look at my stroke pattern. How I don't go up and down like this because I don't want to create those lines in the edge. So I go like this. And people seem to love it. All right, now I pick the whole unit up before I'm done. I look at the whole knife edge. It looks like fingerprints, but now, I didn't really spend 5 minutes on that, but you're going to assume that I did. All right, let's just... Now this puppy should slice paper. So let's see. So you can tell a lot by paper cutting, how it cuts. Yeah. That's clean. It's not tearing it. It's cutting it clean. So that's a razor sharp. It's razor sharp. All right. Now let's take it out and get ready to strop it. Stropping? What's that? Oh, I don't know. Hey, by the way, we're going to talk a little bit about safety real quick. Safety. What did I talk about that for? we just do. In here, I got everything. I got my Band-Aids ready to go. I even open them up. Open them up? What do you mean? I take them out of the package. I leave the two things over the stickies, but I open it up. I got gauze pad, I got antiseptic, I got, in case it's really bad. And then, this is the towel I use to wrap up the TSP Prof Cadet system. But also, what I could do, if I get cut really bad, I got this. Oh my God. And then, you gotta imagine I'm on people's houses. I had a stroke 4 years ago, and I'm on medication now, so that's no problem. But I'm on these blood thinners, and for me, getting cut is really an issue. And I can't get cut. Not on this. I even have a tourniquet that my son was in the Army, and he showed me how to use a tourniquet. You press this too hard and you clamp it too hard, you can lose the blood in the arm, and eventually they sever the arm. We don't have to worry about that because we'll never be there, but if we were, I'm covered. Okay, that's it on safety. All right, let's take this puppy. Oh, the reason for safety is because of this nice edge right here. Look at it. That sticks out pretty far from the clamp. And then the whole razor blade, I mean, that's a razor blade, I don't care. And then the point, I'm just saying, if I reach over this, don't forget, some knives are bigger. This is a little knife. A lot of your knives are going to be like that, or like that, And I'm concerned reaching over, So anyway, I'm covered. All right. I always put my hand on the knife's handle when I'm taking it off. It will fall. All right. TSP Prof Cadet Knife Sharpening System is now done. It's done its job, 150 grit to 1,000 grit. Thank you very much. Now we strop. Stropping. Okay. Now, I hold it like this. Should I use a bigger knife? And I want to achieve the 17-degree angle. 17 degree, yeah, remember? We had that a while ago. But, wait a minute. Let's just see something. All right. About like that. About right here is 17 degrees. So I pull it. And you want to go a little shallower. You don't want to go too steep because it will ride up on you as you're pulling and make it dull. Like right here, if you're pulling too steep, you'll dull the knife. You do the opposite job you want to do with stropping. So I hold my thumb on the back of it right now. 4, 5. Good. We're 49 minutes in. All right. Good. That's about right. I went a little fast on the thins because it wasn't that bad, but all right. Oh, that's sharp. This is, just that alone made this knife really sharp. Let's do 5 more. 17 degrees, and we pull. Pull the whole thing. In other words, you want to turn it as you're pulling. Turn it as you pull. Turn it as you pull, and turn it as you pull. I hate lefty. I'm not a lefty. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, hell, let's give it 5 more. 5 more. What the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 5 more. 1. Whatever I do to that side, I have to do this side. 3, 4, and 5. I wish you could see the edge. You see it? The mirror polish on it? I never believed I would be able to achieve a mirror polish until this. You know what I mean? It's a mirror polish. Yeah, just to show you stropping on any knife, I'm gonna assume it's like 17 degrees, I don't know, but I just hold it and go with it. 3, 4, and 5. Now I do 5, sometimes 10, 20, hell, sometimes I do up to 30. 4, 5. But generally I'll do about 5 to 10. This knife is sharp. This knife is sharp as well. Sharp. See, I look at it under the apex. I look at it under a light and I look right at the apex. This knife could use something in the tip right there. Anyway, that's about it of what I got. We covered the TSP Prof and how to use it. We didn't cover all the things in which you use. You know how to set this up. If you don't, I'm not setting it up. There's just a million videos how to set it up. I wanted to talk to you today about a sharp, pristine edge and how to achieve it. Now, so we went to 1,000 grit on the stones. We filed it and filed it and filed it. I talked about you don't go off the 150 grit until you remove everything all the nicks, dents, and scratches has to be removed by the 150 because the 220 isn't going to do it. Why would you leave something for the 220? Why would you leave something when you're not done with it? It's just silly because this one isn't going to do it, the 220. So the 150 is your workhorse, all right? And then 220, that's your it's gonna smooth out all the high spots on the 150. The 400 is just transitioning these diamond plates, the coarse stones, over to the fine stones. All right. And then you got your fine stones, which just polish. They cut a little bit and they polish more. They cut a little bit and they polish more. All right. So that's the TSP Prof Cadet Knife Sharpening System. That is the stones in which they go on. And then we covered the strop. All right. And that's about it. 55 minutes in, not bad at all. All right, you guys have a good day. My name is JJ, and you remember, and have a nice day. Like and subscribe. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.